Hello to each and everyone. The World Test Championship Final 2025 is here. We saw Australia winning the last time. We saw New Zealand winning the last time. Both times India were runner-ups. But Australia has managed to qualify for yet another final with comprehensive wins against India, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, and most of them. It was a great ride for Australia. Other than that, South Africa is also going with a good streak. 7 consecutive test wins. Bavuma hasn't lost a test match as a captain. Two teams who has a rivalry of years, of 100 years. Their fans trolls each other on Twitter. They have a lot of differences, cultural differences, cricket differences, but always the Kangaroos had the upper hand. I have called up Ryan Metcalfe today to talk about some Australian cricket, some South African cricket. He knows both of the cricket very deeply because he has some connection with South African cricket, and you have seen what kind of intelligent mind he has for Australian cricket. So let's talk on Australia versus South Africa. I think this is the biggest thing is happening right now in this year's. Yes, Champions Trophy was big, but I think this is the biggest international match we will witness this year. And Ryan will agree to me that. First of all, have a very, very, very warm welcome to Ryan. Ryan, how are you? And what are you looking up to? And what is the building towards this massive, great match at the home of Cricket Lords?
Hello. Good to be here as always. It's looking like it'll be a pretty exciting match. You've got, as you said, a South African team that hasn't lost in a while, 7 tests in a row or something. Bavuma hasn't lost as captain. You've got an Australian team fresh off uh, Border Gavaskar Trophy thumping, you could say, after those final 4 tests. Swept Sri Lanka pretty easily too. They've had some time off. Some of them have been in the IPL. Some of them have been playing county cricket. But looks like it'll be a good game. Evenly matched. Probably Australia's got the advantage, I'd say, but especially in the bowling lineup, it's pretty evenly matched. And you know that South African side, young, bit inexperienced, but they'll want to prove. They'll want to prove that they can compete and be the best and break that curse that South Africa has of not being able to win anything. They'll want to be the first to do it. And where else, who else better to do it against Australia? And then where else better than the home of cricket at Lords? It's shaping up to look like a pretty good game, in my opinion.
I want to know what is the Australian perspective going on? Like, what is the perspective going on around your friends, around the environment, around the Australian media? Are they taking it yet another test match, or they are taking it seriously, or they are taking it on pride? Because test cricket is pride. We saw Virat Kohli's interview in the IPL as well after winning 18 years, after waiting for 18 years. Waited for 18 years and won the IPL, but still, if you saw that interview, he said to Hedos that test cricket is above. It is the podium of respect. The first thing which Virat Kohli got to know that cricket gives you respect, and the only method to have respect from cricket is Test cricket. So I want to know, mate, what is the perspective going on in the Australian community? What is the perspective going on in the Australian media? Are they taking it yet another match, or are they taking it very seriously on pride, on their heart?
Honestly, it just feels like another test match. To be honest, it doesn't. They're not. It's not being built up to be this incredible thing from what I've seen. Obviously, it's a World Test Championship final. We want to win it. There's been some coverage on it, but it hasn't been everywhere. It hasn't been all over the news, all over the papers. You'd probably know Australians. We don't go too over the top before a game. We don't make a song and dance about it. Before it, we might make a bit of a song and dance after we win. So we don't. They don't build it up to be in something amazing. It's just another cricket match. We're the best team in the world, playing a cricket match. Let's hope we win. Let's hope they pick a good spot. The main discussions has been around who's going to get picked. It's not about the whole grandeur of the occasion. It's about what is that 11 going to look like, or what is the top four, top five going to look like, top six, you could say. Who's going to be batting for Australia is the real kind of reporting that's going on it. Not much else about the whole final thing, from what I've seen.
I think there's another point that you have raised that Australia is taking yet another test match. Australia is taking it lightly. Not lightly, we can say yet another test game which they have in the knockouts. But there are questions on some players who haven't played a first class match in the recent times. For 3 or 3.5 months, Australia has been out of first class. Besides of Cameron Green, Marnus, and Bew Webster, because they were playing the county cricket. So it will be interesting. It will be interesting for South Africa as well. We will talk a lot about it, but there is a comment I have to take for Vedant Vish Karma. Sorry यार आपका नाम बहुत मुश्किल है. But I'll take your comment. Hey, do you think Steve Smith is in form? Mate, Steve Smith, I think, is in a good space after retiring from ODI. He has been spending time with family. He has been spending time with friends. He's knocking the ball good. He is in a very good zone. So, what are your thoughts on Steve Smith? So, we will move forward then on the Scots.
Yeah, Steve Smith. I think he's fine. I think he's in a good spot. Obviously, end of last year, start of this year, he 4 tons in 5 games, batting pretty well, you could say. Had the Champions Trophy. We didn't do incredibly in the Champions Trophy. He batted all right in that final game against India. Missed a straight one. So good on you, Smudge. Missed a straight one. But he, after that, I think he just took some time away from the game. I know he's living in New York currently, or he's staying in New York for quite a bit, doing some just training over there, living his life a bit. And it looks like he's come back and he's hitting the balls well. Um, I saw some clips of him training, and he looked pretty damn good to me. And I think Steve Smith's good when he's just kind of playing cricket for the sake of playing cricket, and he's not hyper fixating on it. Because sometimes you notice with him, over, he's too perfect. He tries to be too perfect, and
Exactly.
he overcorrects. So when he's just flowing, he's having fun. He's having fun in the nets. That's what we want to see from Steve Smith. He looks like he's hitting them well. His last 5 Test matches, he scored 4 centuries. He's made 10,000 runs. He's up at Joe Root at 36 tons now. It's all there. Lords is his favourite ground in the world or something. He averages like 58 at Lords. I think he's in good nick.
And there is one more thing that Steve Smith is a master when it comes to England wicket. Steve Smith is a master when it comes to England conditions, the Duke's ball. He loves playing the Duke ball. Mate, I want to know a question as well. Is the Kokabura is going to be used or Dukes is going to be used? I think Dukes will be going to
I think it's. I
seriously.
think they are using the Duke's ball. I think they're using the
Yeah,
Duke's ball, which would be interesting because I believe both South Africa and Australia. I know definitely for Australia we use the Kookaburra, but I think South Africa as well. They don't use the Duke's ball at least. I don't think they do. So it'll be
but most of the
interesting. Two
players
teams
they've
playing.
found most of the players have come from England background. They know how to ball Duke's ball. Marco
Yeah,
Jensen especially.
yeah. Of course, they know how to bowl a Duke's ball. We've got Josh Hazlewood, probably one of the best swing bowlers in the world right
The one
now.
of the best,
So
one of the best, yeah. So
yeah,
it will be
so
interesting. Let's
I'm
come to the squads. I think let's come to the squads and then we'll continue on this. First of all, I have the
yeah, cool.
squad of the first team. That is Australia. Oh, South Africa, mate. What do you think of this
Yeah,
squad? Temba Bavuma, the captain who haven't lost a test match. Tony Dezorde, Adam Markram, Wayne Mulder, Kasigo Rabada, Marco Jensen, Keshav Mehraj, Lungi Ngidi, Corbin Bosch, a promising all-rounder, Kyle Verene, a very good batter, David Bedingham, a very elegant batter, Christian Stubbs, Ryan Rickleton, he is in a fabulous form in the recent times, and Muthuswamy and Dan Patson. A young squad, ambition, a young goal, a goal to make their generation relive, to start a new journey, start a new chapter. What do you make of this squad, mate?
the big thing screaming at me in that squad is inexperience. A lot of that squad
Exactly.
haven't um, haven't won a big series, I'd say. And a big series, I mean, against one of the big
Agree.
three, Australia,
Agree.
England, India.
They only
There's
played two
obviously,
big series and they didn't win against India and against New Zealand. They both lost that series, if I remind you.
Yeah,
in
that
this
series
World
that
Test
series
Championship
against
final.
Australia was interesting to say the least. They let David Warner score a double century, which he can't really do when he's on a walking stick. So that squad looks inexperienced. Bavuma looks in good nick. I watched some of those South African games, the games against Pakistan and who else do they verse? Is it the West Indies or Sri Lanka or something? In South Africa, and he looked good. Bavuma, Rickleton obviously hit that incredible double ton. Um, I think it's their bowlers that'll win them this game if they are to win. Rabada, Janssen, possibly Ngidi. I like Corbin Bosch as well. Um, it just seems they haven't been put under immense pressure yet, and I think that might be what undoes them. If I had to make an ultimatum, the most pressure they've been under was when they nearly screwed up a run chase against Pakistan to qualify for this, chasing like 150, and they nearly bottled it like 8 down or something. And Rabada needed to hit the winning runs. So that I I just don't think they're cut out to beat arguably one of the best teams ever in Australia. But it's a squad full of talent. That's what I'd say for it. A squad full of talent, but I'm not seeing incredible players yet. I'm seeing incredible talents, not incredible players.
And one thing as well, these are those players who have shown some spark in the recent times. If we call on the 2024 World Cup final, if we call on the Champions Trophy, the 2023 World Cup, Rabada and England champion Marco Jansen has been fabulous. Aiden Markram, he is a leader of the team. Temba Bavuma has been so good in Test. Tristan Stubbs has been very good. Ryan Rickleton is a very good batter. So you can't see big names, the likes of Mitchell Stark, Pat Cummins, Steve Smith. You don't see the big name. You don't see the premium names or the who attracts eyeballs. But these are those names who are talented, who are capable enough of letting the opposition in a difficult way, in a way that the opposition have to come 2x, 3x more harder against them. So this is a team we can see a lot more cluster, but a lot of ambition and a lot of, we can say, uh, consciousness is the right word, I would say, because they play their cricket with their brain. I haven't seen them playing with the heart coming out for their fans, and this is why they choke in knockouts. That's why they are the biggest chokers. So if you have to point out one strength from this side, what will be it?
The strength is Kagisa Rabada. He's the strength in that squad. He's one of the best bowlers in the world. You probably have Rabada, Bumrah, and Cummins up there in your top three. He's got incredible strike rate, incredible average. He's been around for a while. Brings experience. Brings great bowling. I've seen him, tear up our team on a number of occasions. Um, and then if they play him, I'm not sure if they will because they sometimes drop him for no reason. But I think Tristan Stubbs is on the batting front is their kind of wild card. I'd say that's their positive. That I think they've got to play him, and he's obviously got to bat well. But I think he's one that should get in there because I like Tristan Stubbs. I like the look of him. I like how he bats when he's on. He looks incredible. So I think Rabada and Stubbs are my two to kind of go. Yeah, they can win this for South Africa.
So what will be the playing 11? If you may want to make a playing 11, so
Oh,
what will be it? I think Ryan and Markram
Rickleton
open.
and
I don't know.
Dazorzi, but I don't think Dazorzi's cut out to open. To be honest,
Dizorzi is a
um,
walking wicket. No disrespect to Dizorzi, but he is a walking wicket.
bit like Coley. Yeah. Bavuma. I see they play Mulder a bit. Um, I don't know. I don't know who you'd pick out of that team. Varane's your keeper. I'd probably pick Corbin Bosch. And then you've got Rabada, Maharaj, Janssen. Um, I don't know if you play Janssen 7, Varane 6, and chuck and Gideon as well. And then you go maybe Markram 5, Bavuma
Or
5.
maybe they will go with the
Um,
same theory which we were talking on the call, that five fast bowlers. If you go with Brian Mulder, if you go with Marco Jansen, if you go with Kasigo Rabada, if you go with Dan Patterson is also a fast bowler. Maybe. Sorry, you will go with Logie and Giddy. I think four fast bowlers will be like that. Marco, Kasigo, Lungingiri, Corbin Bosch, and the fifth one it will be Weinmulder. So Marco Jansen and Weinmulder will can do the batting orders as well. So do you think
yeah,
this can be their playing 11 with five fast bowlers and six specialist batters along with Kesav Mehraj?
yeah. Patterson, yeah, I completely forgot about him, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. I think the problem is the batting. You just can't, Dazorzi's a walking wicket. Bavuma, he's got an awful conversion rate. He gets to 50, doesn't get to 100. Markram, Stubbs, I like. Um, Varane, when we came out to Australia, he was the only one who showed a bit of backbone, so I do like him coming in at 6 or 7. Um, it just doesn't seem there's not enough hundreds in that team. I don't look at that team and I go, oh yeah, I can probably lock him in to make 100 in the next couple of tests, which is the problem. Maybe open up with Markham. I don't know.
You will
I just
open
don't
up with
see.
Markram, who will face Stark and Hazelwood. That
Yeah,
he's
Markram,
their best
Brickleton.
batter. I
Yeah,
think he's their best batter, and he will open against Stark and Hazelwood under the cloud cover. Are you serious, mate? It will be a biggest. It will be the biggest gamble South Africa has ever took, and they haven't won an ICC title for so many years. It was the Champions Trophy last time, so they will
AC
be going
Chronic
with
can take a
Markram.
gamble as well. But yeah,
It took a gamble. It took a gamble, but it was not on the cards. It took a gamble, but it was not on the cards. We'll see. So I think let's move to the Kangaroos, the ultimate
there
champions
we
of
are.
cricket. The
Here's what I like. The ones that'll win.
the ultimate champions of cricket, the rulers of cricket. What I can say, superlatives are less for this great team. What a team you have made. If we go to the Pat Cummins,
Yeah,
Scott Boland, Alex Carey, Cameron Green, Josh Hazelwood, Travis Head, Josh Inglis, Usman Khwaja, Sam Constas, can't pronounce this name, Matt Kuhneman, I don't
Matt
know,
Kuhneman.
it's Kuhneman, Manas Labushin,
Kuhneman.
Nathan Lyon, Steve Smith, vice captain, awful, Mitchell
Yeah,
Stark, Drew Webster, Brendan Doggett. How do you look at this, mate? Oh, wait a second. Yeah, mate, how do you look at
that
this?
is. It's a pretty strong squad. you know, you've got what have you got? Probably the best keeper in the world, one of the best captain in the world, the best bowling lineup in the world, the best off spinner ever, probably one of Australia's best batsmen ever, Australia's best opener ever, one of the best number fives in the world. It's a team of like incredible players. And I think I'd like to see a starting 11 that includes our sexy Sammy Constas. I want to see him in there. I want to see him playing. I want to see him opening
But
up a bit because
unfortunately, you won't. Unfortunately, you won't. The media has told all the world that Marnus Labuschagne is going to open with Usman Khwaja. That is a terrible move. If Dizorzi is
see
a
the problem
walking
with
wicket,
that
so
is
Labuschagne
so
as
no,
well is
Marnus Labuschagne, he's not a walking wicket. He's a skiing wicket. He skis into cricket balls in front of the stumps. He
exactly,
puts
exactly.
both legs in front of them, lets it cannon into him, and blow his front pad off. Um, and it's I don't. He's averaged 27 and 25 over the last 2 years. That's not even grade
Terrible.
cricket. Say you get dropped from your grade cricket averaging less than 30. So not making me feel safe having
About that.
Minus in that squad. Um, Constus also to shove it up the old farts and the members at Lords if he can reverse ramp one into the pavilion. Um, so I'd like to see Constus, Kawaja, Smith at 3, Cameron Green at 4, Head 5, Webster 6, Carey, Cummins, Stark, Lyon, Hazelwood. That would be my lineup. Scotty B misses out.
And that would be the Scotty B misses out. I am gutted. I am really gutted. This man is a champion, an elite level of bowler, but he still misses out. Still misses out. If Hazelwood comes, I would credit the system. In Pakistan, I have been covering this cricket for last 3 years, and I am covering so deeply, so closely. If someone performs, the seniors get insecure. You saw the last series of Pakistan against Bangladesh. Youngsters have scored, but our senior players have got insecure that they will get our positions. So this insecurity factor I don't see in Australian cricket. If Scotty B took 21 wickets at an average of 8 at Border Gavaskar Trophy, he is still going to miss out in this World Test Championship final. This is crazy, mate. This is crazy. If Scott Boland plays for any other country in the whole planet, he would be the first man to be named on the playing 11 sheet. I bet you.
Yeah, but the problem is he's got Josh Hazlewood, who averaged 13 in Test cricket with the ball last year. He's got the captain, obviously. You can't take over the captain. And he's also got Mitch Stark, who's got 382 wickets for the country. So it's kind of hard to get in over those guys. Um, Nathan Lyon, best off spinner ever. Um, what else? You can't fit him in. You can't fit him in, even though I'd like to see him in. I think, you know, if he could swinging a Duke's ball on a surface at Lords that naturally moves off the pitch because of the slope, it'd be good to see him. But that's what happens. You don't get what you want, unfortunately. And Scott Boland, he's already got 50 Test wickets already or something, averaging not much at all. But it's just you can't get. It's easy. It's easier to get out of this team than get into it. Once you're in, you're in. You can't get into it.
It will be so
But
disappointing and it will be so
I don't want to see Labuschagne
unlucky for Scott
playing
Boland.
tomorrow night.
I
I don't
agree
want
to
to see
that. I
Labuschagne.
don't want to see Labuschagne as well. I want Sam Constance. He has showed spark. He has showed grit. He has showed bravery, scooping Bumrah for 2 times and smashing a six over his head
Three
on your
times.
test debut at MCG at Boxing Day. It's not a it's not a walk in the park. It's like you are doing some stuff that you should be in the playing 11 every day. But I'm gutted that Sam Constance and Scotty Boland will miss out this test. And mate, if I tell you you can't be offended by this. Sam Constance and Scotty Boland were the two major parts you won that BGT and qualified for the World Test Championship final. They pressurized
Yeah,
India.
I know.
They got
Constus won the MCG test for us. I know that.
and they will be not
Constus
the
won the
part of the
MCG.
World Test Championship final 2025. It's
Yeah, well,
ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
yeah. See, okay. Boland
Okay, mate.
averaged 13 in that.
I
Yeah,
understand
yeah. No,
about
no.
his
Yeah,
I
yeah.
understand about
What I'm saying,
Hazelwood.
what
He
I'm saying is
is
like,
rightly
yeah,
but Constance should be in this playing 11 at any case. Cummins
Constus.
captain
Yeah, I
should
agree.
be a brave call.
I agree. I agree. But the problem is, Marnus has made runs in England before. Constus is only 19. I want to see him in there. But look, he offers a different thing. No one's, the South Africans have never bowled to him. It's just, one of those one of those things that happens. I guess it's good to know that we've got an opener for the next who knows how long, because I think Kawaja might
What if,
go
what
after
if,
the
just
Ashes.
imagine if he can scoop Marco Jansen and Kasigo Rabada. It will be
Yeah,
hilarious if he does it.
I will say though, if you're talking about that MCG game, Marnus scored 270s in that game as well. Like you can't pick certain innings and forget about others. Like
But
it's
he can't open, mate. In opening, Marnus will be more of a slick slot. I can't see Marnus succeeding in opening. If you want to open with, you can go with Cameron Green. In all honesty, he is in a fabulous form. So go with
nah,
him.
nah.
Why Marnus?
Cameron Green will not open. I don't want to see him opening.
So Cameron Green
I
will
don't
be
want to
coming
see
at
Cameron.
first drop. Cameron Green will
No,
be
he'll be
coming at first drop.
no. They'll
Okay.
they'll, they'll make Smith
Okay,
three.
let's
Green will be
make
four.
let's make a
Green will be
playing
four.
11. Let's make a playing 11. We are going with
Okay.
we are going with a likely playing 11, and then we know our playing 11. We are going with Marnus and Khwaja, the likely playing 11 I am talking about. Then we will make our
Okay. Yeah.
individual
Yeah.
playing 11s. Marnus and Khwaja to open tomorrow. At first drop, most likely Green will come. Number
No,
four, Steve Smith.
Smith. No, 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 no,
You
no,
are
no, no.
you are
Smith at
going
three.
with
Green at four.
Steve Smith. Your best batter will come at number three.
Yeah. He averages 67 at three.
Yeah, average is 67,
And
but at cloud cover and all that stuff, if you come against Marco Jansen,
look,
Rabada, Ingidi, do you really think Smith will
I,
survive against
I'll
them if he comes in the first
yes.
second over?
Let me just preface this. When we've been in England, when Australia's been in England, because we go there quite a bit for the Ashes, we don't really. David Warner's usually out in the first over because Stuart Broad would always get him. So Smith was effectively first drop anyway because he'd always. We had a walking wicket at up top. We were either opening with Harrison Warner or Bancroft and Warner. One of them would go real quick, and then Labuschagne or whoever the number three was before him, maybe Shaun Marsh, would go in. Smith in England, he's great. He watches the ball under his eyes. I want to see him at three because if they're going Labuschagne and Kawaja at three, they're trying to get an opening combination that can go 10 overs. Cameron Green is a number four. He played number four in New Zealand. We went to New Zealand for a couple of test matches. He played number four over there. Similar conditions to England. Cold, ball swings a lot, greenish pitches. And he won us a test match at number four, scoring an incredible 100. And I want to see Cameron Green at four because I think our batting order works better if Cameron Green is at four and Smith is at three instead of Green at three and Smith at four because I think Smith sees the new ball better than Green. That's why I'd have him at three.
And we have seen the recent interview, but in my rationale, in my thinking, yeah, I agree. There is your opinion. I can't disagree. I can't agree. It's in the middle.
Yeah,
But I respect it. But I want Cameron Green at three just because of he has scored three consecutive tons for Middlesex. He has been averaging over 100 for Middlesex. He has been fabulous for Middlesex, and he has been playing county cricket for the last 3 months. He has been in England for the last 3 months. He hasn't played IPL, so he is well aware of the conditions as well. That is my rationale that Cameron Green should be there at three, Smith at four, and five will be Travis at, no doubt about that. Six will be
yeah.
Webster,
Six Webster.
and then
Yeah,
then your
Kerry.
Alex Carey at number seven. Carey is doing good. The Shuffle Shield 100, I watched it. Carey is in a good niche as well. He's in a good touch as well.
Yeah. He's very good.
And then
Very,
you
very
go
good.
with the
I will
ultimate
also say
trio.
Cameron. Yeah. You've got Cummins, Stark, Lyon, Hazelwood as your
And this
guys.
ultimate trio
I
hasn't
would
lost
say
a final, wait. Hasn't lost an ICC final. That is a
I
record as
know.
well.
I know they haven't. That's probably why I'm pretty confident because we don't lose. Um, the thing is, Green's been batting 5 and 6 for Gloucestershire as well. He hasn't been
Okay.
batting right at the top. That's why I do agree with you that he probably will bat three if this is how it goes and Constance doesn't play. But I don't want to see him at three. I don't want to see him there. He probably will because they'll want to leave Smith at four, but I don't like it at all. I think Smith should go 3, average is 67. What else can you do?
Okay, share your playing 11 now. Now, what playing 11 do you want for tomorrow?
I want Constas and Kawaja opening.
Okay,
I want Smith at 3, Green at 4, Head at 5, Webster, Carey, and then our bowlers. Cummins, Stark, Lyon, Hazelwood.
that's good.
We've
Same
got
playing 11 is mine. I want to play all of these, but I would take a gamble. I would take a gamble and I would go with Scotty B. Just listen it. You'll say, mate, you are not serious. What are you doing here? But I'll go with Scotty B instead of Webster. Yes, you're saying that our batting declines or batting get small, but Scotty B in that playing 11. Scotty B in that 11, and if you weaken your batting, Scotty B can win you a game at any time, at anywhere, from everywhere.
I will
Smith
just say something
bats
about Boland as well. I will say something about Boland. He gets a lot of seam movement. That's his thing, seam movement. And it works out
Lords
here
offer seam.
because of, it does, obviously, the slope. But out here with the Kookaburra ball and how pronounced the new seam is on it, that is what sets Boland apart on our pitches. Like the MCG is usually flat and docile and boring. That pitch. You should watch some of the Sheffield Shield games. Absolutely awful. He sets himself apart because he can use that seam, that pronounced seam, a bit better than everyone else. That's why he is so good in Australia because he uses all of the tools available. The Duke's ball doesn't have as pronounced and as hard of a seam as the Kookaburra ball, which is why I think in the 2023 Ashes, he didn't do incredibly well. When we went to India, he didn't do incredibly well because he didn't have that extra thing to help him because he doesn't swing the ball too much. That's what I think. That's why I'm not picking. That's why I'm not picking him. That's why they won't pick him because he's gone to England, and obviously, yeah, Bazball happens. But I don't think that when he doesn't have that thing to set him apart, I don't think he's as effective as he otherwise should be, could be.
Okay, I got it. You are saying when we are in Australia, the seam is pronounced. This he in easy words or in context, he is a seam effective bowler. He goes through the seam. He uses the seam from the surface. And in
Mm.
Duke's ball, you go with the swing of the ball. You go with the wind of the ball. Wind of the ball. You go in the air. You don't use the surface as well, but you go with the wind. You go. You don't go with the deviation of the surface. You go with the deviation of the air. Am I right?
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think. He sets himself apart with seam bowling, with hard seam in Australia, and that's why I don't think he's as effective in England, which is why I wouldn't pick him.
Pretty understandable. Pretty understandable, mate. Pretty understandable. That's pretty understandable. So you're going with these 11, and my 11 is little bit different, but I think most likely the 11 which we discussed in the earlier half will play, and let's hope who'll do best in this World Test Championship. We just want quality cricket because cricket is not going around, and we want some quality stuff to happen. Mate, there
Oh
is
yeah,
a
well
stat.
we've got a lot of
Yeah, yeah,
cricket
go ahead.
happening soon though. We've got a lot of cricket happening soon. We've got Australia and the West Indies. Big, big that we should wipe them. And then we got India and England, which will be big. Generational hate watch for me. That'll be fun. No Kohli to make fun
Oh,
of, but
Ashes will be great. Ashes will
the
be
Ashes
great.
will be great. Can't wait for that. Can't wait to go to that.
Are you going? You're
Um,
going to for the Sydney Test?
I might go to Sydney. I might go to the Gabba. Actually, I might fly up to Brisbane and go to the Gabba. I always like the Gabba.
Okay, we'll
It's a
catch
day
you.
one. Well,
Crickshaw will catch Ryan in the Ashes at Gaba. There is a deal.
yeah,
The last Ga and it is the last Gaba Test as well. After that, 5 6 years there is a gap of Gaba. Am I right?
yeah. Well,
For the
there won't be a
Olympics.
Gabba anymore. They're demolishing it.
Yeah,
So there'll be no
they're
more cover.
demolishing it.
I think there's one more after this one. There's one more, I think.
Against the Sri Lankans,
God, that'd be a boring summer. I know, against New Zealand. They're coming out for four
New
tests.
Zealand, uh, generational rivalry.
Yeah, kinda.
Okay, mate.
But yeah,
Let's talk about some Lord tactics, Lord statistics. Australia has a win-loss ratio of 2.85, and they have just lost 23 tests in their history. Oh, they have played 23 tests in their history at Lords, and they have just lost two. Can you believe it? Freaking two losses only in 23 tests. And South Africa have played seven and won five. Both teams are a master of Lords. They know the
yeah.
art of
Well,
winning Lords. And this is the
it's
first
hard,
test
bouncy,
after
fast
England
pitch.
and Ireland. In 100 years, I think there are just two or three tests have played in Lords in June. No cricket has
Yeah,
been played in Lords. And the last test was finished in just 3 days. So are we expecting a bowler-friendly wicket in June, especially, the weather, the cloud cover, the moisture inside the surface? What are the pitch reports and the conditions? Because in Test cricket, whoever reads the conditions well, you and I have watched Test cricket for years. Whoever have watched and read the conditions well against the
yeah,
opposition have come out to win a test match. So for the conditions and Australia being a master of test match in Lords, South Africa also winning 5 out of 7. What do you think of the conditions and the June test in Lords and the World Test Championship final thing? Although I don't like this World Test Championship final of one match. It is a big debate. We will come to that on the prize money and all stuff. But tell about the condition stuff and the tactics of Lords.
yeah. Well, all right. I that test match that you mentioned that went for 3 days. That was England versus Ireland, and
Yeah,
it was Ireland. Like, come on, it was just Ireland. So I wouldn't use that as too much of a guide. This this track's gonna. I think it'll be pretty flat. I think they're gonna want it to go for 5 days. It's starting on a Wednesday, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They'll want it to go into the weekend, sell more tickets, more viewership. They'll roll out a flat
agree
deck.
to that.
It's from what I've heard in England, the summer's been drier than a nun. It's been just completely arid in England. It's brown. It's obviously Lords wouldn't be brown because they water it, but yeah, it's. I don't think that it's gonna be too bowler friendly. To be honest, I think the bowlers are going to need to work for their wickets. Um, yeah, so I wouldn't think. I think it'll be a flat deck. It'll be good for batting. Bowlers will need to work for their wickets. Outfield will be quick. Spin will come into it day 4, day 5 if we get that far. Hopefully we do. But yeah, the slope's always a big thing for that natural variation. You have some people who run it up the slope, obviously bowlers who take it away as well. I just think it's gonna be a test match of can South Africa use a batting pitch to get on top of Australia's bowlers? That'll be the thing. That I think that'll be it, in my opinion, because that it's been dry in England. I don't think it's going to
So
rain.
the five bowlers, five fast bowler strategy will be the five bowler
Five fast
strategy
bowlers
will
will be
be
needed.
going to back
We
off
don't need five
Australia
bowlers.
because of the cloud cover in the 5 consecutive days and the moisture. I have read about the moisture and I have read about the cloud cover and the wind, and there is some rain expected as well on day 3 and day 4. So there will be
Yeah,
some
so
kind of stuff
I
as
think
well.
if, if you got five fast bowlers, I don't think the cloud cover matters. It just means you can keep churning out fast bowling, which it'd wear anyone down. Like Yusuf, come on, mate. You've got Stark who bowls 140 plus, Cummins who can, Hazelwood who can, Green who can, and then Webster bowls steady 125k now meds, or he can bowl off spin. You just have unrelenting pace, unrelenting accuracy. it's good. I think I think that's what you need. You need quick. You need a lot of fast bowling in this in a test match like this, and with an inexperienced South African side, I think you just be able to wear them down no matter the conditions.
South Africa will be coming off with two fast bowlers, two specialist fast bowlers, two all-rounders, and one spinner. That will be great to watch. I think you should have
Also,
gone with Josh Inglis.
I just kind of took a
Josh Inglis
lurched back. Josh Inglis for who?
for Bew Webster. There is a reason. There is a reason. Do you remember? Do you remember? Whenever I have watched Aussie cricket, Josh Inglis has scored. So that's why he should play. I watched the
Okay.
Champions
Um,
Trophy match and Josh Inglis scored a century. But jokes aside, mate, I think Josh Inglis is your future keeper coming up to as he plays good against the spin. He's good against the short ball. What is the future of Josh Inglis with the Test team?
no, he's a good player, but he's like only 2 years younger than Alex Carey. It's not like he's a young, like early to mid 20s up and comer. He's 30 years old. Carey's 32. He's only going to get a few tests and probably only as a batter. Like he's a good player, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't start playing him over an all rounder. Obviously he made 100 on debut in Sri Lanka. Well done. It was Sri Lanka. Um, I don't know. I wouldn't have him in. He might take a batting spot of a Labuschagne if he's out of form, or a Smith if Smith's out of form or retires for some random reason. But I don't see him getting into that team above really any of those players, because really what I can see happening eventually is Webster getting dropped, Green going back to six, and you've got just the standard Constance Kawaja. Well, once he goes, maybe they promote an opener, but I don't think Inglis is gonna really feature too much, to be honest.
Exactly. Uh, there is one more question that came up in my mind. Pat Cummins versus Temba Bavuma. Captain versus captain. Who will be coming up with a greater strategy? Cummins has been offered in IPL. Yes, there is a T20 league and Indian pitches are flat. Cummins was not so good in the IPL, but there is a reason which you have told me before. I want Captain Cummins to lead from the front. The last test he played, he was brilliant. The last series he played, he was absolutely phenomenal. The last ICC final he played, he was on the top. He silenced 1 lakh people. Another ICC final for Patrick James Cummins. What can you expect from the man?
Well, you know what you're going to get from Cummins. Pretty straight talking, boring press conferences, and accurate bowling. He'll run in, he'll hit his length, he'll throw in that reverse swinging in swinger that no one expects, and then he, crushes the toes of someone. But I don't know, you get what you get from Cummins. It's precise, it's calculated, it's planned. It's not, come on, Yusuf, chill out, mate. It's
Just
you're not
ignore
going
him.
to get. No, it's fine. I
He
don't
is,
mind.
yeah,
You know what you're going to get from Pat Cummins. You're going to get 15 to 20 overs a day in the same spot, planned, planned, intricate, precise captaincy. Not too much adventuring in his tactics, because what he does works. He's got the bowling lineup to back it up. Bavuma, on the other hand, I think he might try and be quite attacking, be quite inventive with his field placements, his bowling changes, who he brings on, and possibly in his batting as well, because he's going to see it as, if we sit back and let Australia attack us, they'll just walk over us. So we're going to need to try and do something. I think hopefully he's a bit proactive with it in that sense, but you know, you don't see much, I'd say, inventiveness from Pat Cummins' captaincy, because it just works. All the test matches I can think of, it's pretty simple fielding. pretty simple field placements, pretty simple bowling plans. Unless they go to a short ball plan, everyone does it. They go to a outside off plan, everyone does it. So I just think that you're gonna get stock standard Pat Cummins, and he'll do well, and that's what he's best at.
And there is one more thing in Cummins has been thrown under pressure when Cummins has been came under immense pressure when Cummins is featuring in an ICC final. He just comes up with a different mentality. He just comes up with a beast attitude. He just comes up with a raw skill that no one possesses in the team. And this thing makes him different if we compare him to Tim Payne. Tim Payne was a good street smart cricketer, but he was not so much aggressive. He was not so much confident in his plans. Cummins is clear. He is clear to his team that what he needed. And one thing I have observed in Cummins, he talks to his players. He understands his players. He goes and takes out conversations. If Hazelwood has come from a long IPL, he will talk to Hazelwood. Are you good? Are your body is fine? Everything. So there will be a man-to-man discussion in Captain Cummins era. Josh Hazelwood now, the man who won RCB final after 18 years. I would credit him. The man who put Virat Kohli at the top podium. Virat Kohli was crying after hugging Josh Hazelwood. The heart
After
of
getting that three
RCB.
times last
Our
time, yeah.
RCB. Yeah, 3 times. You will also you are going to comment anti Virat Kohli stuff. I was expecting this.
I
I
had
was
to, I had
expecting
to,
this. An
I had
anti
to,
Virat
I
Kohli.
had to, I had to, I had to.
Your media says he's the greatest ever to play in this era in Test cricket. Your media says
And media likes
I can't
lying.
deny.
And media
And
lies all the time. Media lies all the time. Fake news.
no, no, no. Your media says he is the king. The newspaper came out and it came out like Virat Kohli has been a Richards of this era. I don't agree that Virat is the greatest in this Test era, but the media was hyping him up like he has achieved everything, he has done everything to the Australian, and we know the two BGTs you lost, which was against. So leave Virat Kohli. Let's come to RCB and the World Test Championship and final stuff. Hazelwood was brilliant in IPL, and his back of the length was helping him so much. So, how do you see Hazelwood with the Dukes and coming on international cricket? So, what do you expect from uh, Josh Hazelwood?
Oh well, he's a good bowler. Duke's ball. If he gets a ball that helps him swing, um, if he gets a ball that helps him swing it out, he loves moving it out. He's said publicly he's in good rhythm. He's bowling well in the nets. You know what you get from Hazelwood. It's like Boland. You can put down a handkerchief on the pitch. He'll hit the same spot every time. He's very good. You're funny. So, um, I I I just I like Josh Hazelwood. He
Should
works
I ban
hard.
him? Should I ban him?
No, he's funny. He's fun
Don't
to watch.
see
I
his
like it.
comments. Your moment. Yeah, it's funny to watch, but this man is speaking shit right now. We are doing a serious conversation, and he is coming up and
Yeah. It's fine.
throwing
Don't
shit
worry,
out
go.
of it.
Go. It's fine.
Yeah. Focus on the
Yeah,
Hazelwood stuff. I have to go on another show.
yeah. So yeah,
Yeah,
Hazelwood, I like him. He's very good. You know what you're going to get from him. He works hard. If he's in good form, he's in good form. He is made of glass, kind of, which is annoying. He probably will end up injured by the end of this. But if he plays well, if he bowls well, that's what we need from him. I love the bush horse. I love the Hoff. He's a great player, great guy. You see him a lot, just getting about his thing. So I think Hazelwood's what you need. He's never lost a final. He's played like 9 finals, like ICC or franchise finals or whatever with the Sixers, RCB,
exactly.
Australia. Obviously, we win everything. Um, and yeah, he's what you want in a final. He just wins. He just wins.
He has the luck. RCB won a final after 18 years, and Hazelwood was on that plane, on that team. So it will be brilliant for Hazelwood to win another final, that too against South Africa. It will be great.
Mm.
It would be great. But I think Hazelwood has been out of red ball form and has been out of long spell bowling. What do you think about that? Like the long spell, the 20 over stint,
He's
the
not out of
15 over.
form. He's not out of form.
Not
He hasn't bowled.
not
He
out.
hasn't bowled for. He's not, definitely not out of form. Um, I think he just would have he just would have seen this IPL as a warm up. He wouldn't have taken it too seriously. He cares about Australia. I wouldn't be too surprised um, if he can bowl well. He didn't break down in the IPL from what I saw. He had some time off between the Test match and the IPL. I think he'll be good to go. Um, he was probably good to go. Might have been good to play in Sri Lanka, but they just didn't because they played spin over there. So I think he'll be fine. And he's obviously, he averaged 13 with the ball last year. He was our Test Player of the Year. He'll be fine.
And what about Mitchell Stark, your key man?
You giving Mitchell Stark more swing with the Duke's ball? Yes, please. I like him. I'd like to just see him bowl 3 or 4 over spells as fast as he can, pitch it up, get it moving. You know what you get from Mitchell Stark. It's quick. He can spray him, but I like him. This whole Australian team, they've been together for so long. You just know what you're going to get from them. Relentless consistency with their performances.
And he has a great, Mitchell Stark has a great record in England as well. We have seen in the past Mitchell Stark doing wonders in England. And
Mm.
like we saw in the Adelaide test, most likely ping ball stuff comes in England, and Mitchell Stark was a master of ping ball because of the lateral seam, and lateral seam will be there as well in lots. So this will also help England. Let's come to South Africa bowling. They are not too bad. If their batting is inexperienced, their bowling isn't. Marco Jansen, Kasigo Rabada, Lungi Ngidi, Corbin Bosch. Four of them are brilliant bowlers, are exceptionally street smart bowlers who knows the oppositions very well. So what do you think about them?
Look, I haven't seen too much of them, to be honest. I know Marco Janssen's pretty good. He's handy with the bat as well. Tall left armour. That's what a lot of teams will want, having that point of difference in their bowling lineup. Rabada, you know what you're going to get from him. He's just simply incredible. Averages 22, strike rate of less than 40. You don't see that in anyone really aside from Boomer. And he's been doing it for like a decade now, which is incredible. He's the quickest to 300 wickets. He's just a good bowler. I like Rabada. He brings a fight. He's got a good average everywhere he goes, really. It's like 20 odd, just over 25, 26 in England, which is a bit higher than what you'd expect, but obviously
Average of
he's
18,
first
average of 18, average of 18 in Lords.
in
Kasigo
what?
Rabada,
England.
he's been averaging 18 in Lords, two matches, and yeah,
Yeah, so
in
like
England
you,
at
you know what
Lords.
you're going to get from him. And Giddy, I find, he's a bit all over the place. When they came out in what's it called, 22, I think 2022. Um, and Giddy didn't bowl that well. Nor did Janssen really. It was Notkia and Rabada who were their main bowlers.
Wait,
Um,
I have to take this comment. I have to take this comment. तेरे वाले ड्रॉप होके बैठे हैं और तू इधर आके बकवास कर रहे है घर में बैठ के कंफर्ट में टांगे नीचे करके तुझे बस यही काम आता है तो तुझे तेरी जबान में ही समझाना चाहिए ना कुछ आना ना कुछ गाना बस आके बोलना खुद को कुछ अता पता है नहीं आके इधर अपनी खुद के irrelevant कमेंट्स पेश करवाते हो कैरी ऑन मेट
yeah. And Giddy, I think he's been injured as well, and I don't. I just don't think he's in there. I'd like to see Bosch play. Corbin Bosch. He's new. He's a new guy. He had an incredible debut. I like I like that. And Patterson, he'd be kind of, if I had to liken him to someone in the Australian side, it'd um, probably be kind of like Boland. Obviously not as good, but kind of hits a spot kind of thing. But I'm just not seeing enough in this South African side, to be honest. You just don't get. It doesn't fill me with confidence. If you take the two bowling lineups, you take Australia's every day of the week. If you take the batting lineups, you take Australia's every day of the week. It just doesn't fill me with enough kind of fight. And I'll say this, and we'll get rolled for 100 in the first session of day one, because
And
that's
the
what
figure
happens.
about
But
always takes Steve Smith as well, the outswinger.
yeah, I don't know. See, if you were talking to me maybe this time last year, I'd say yes, um, Smith had edge him, but now I think he's seeing them so well that he can actually miss them. Um, I just, I don't know. I don't see enough fight in South Africa, to be honest. And it's. I hope I'm proven wrong, but it's just, it's just one of those things that I'm not seeing enough in them. They're too inexperienced. They haven't had, you know, careers of 5 years of just consistency aside from Rabada. 5 years of straight consistency. Janssen's still young. He can spray him a bit. I know he can get the ball moving. He likes to pitch it up, get it moving. But I don't know. I don't know. What do you see? What do you see?
I see Australia winning this World Test Championship final. My brain says that, but my heart says South Africa is winning because I want a new champion. RCB won the title after 18 years. Kudos to Hazelwood. Kudos to Rajat Patidar. Kudos to Kohli. Brilliant leaders, Kohli and Patidar. Portugal won after a long time. Crystal Palace won after a long time, like after a long gap. Crystal Palace it is.
Yeah,
What they won, I
that
don't
was
know.
that was their first ever trophy, Crystal Palace.
Portugal also won the after the Euro Cup at major trophy in international. It is like
Who?
around
Sorry.
about 7 to 8. Portugal,
Yeah, no, they won the Euros in 2016. They won the Nations League in like
yeah, yeah,
2012,
exactly.
2018.
And then navigation.
Um, no, but
Hobart won.
if you're
Hobart
talking
won for the first time. Hobart won for
Hobart,
the
yeah.
first time.
If you're
The big
talking
win.
about trophy droughts, you go Crystal Palace, Tottenham Hotspur, Newcastle, Bologna. They're your trophy drought teams. If you're going on that, and if you want to mention Coley, you can say RCB. But I don't know. I can't see South Africa winning this at all.
Exactly. ठीक है. Okay. There are some comments about going on.
It's funny. I like watching it. It's
Uh,
funny. RCB also won. What a
RCB
football team.
also won. What a poor time.
I,
Mohit
I,
Bhai
I
looks
put a bit.
like Shreyas
I
Iyer
put a
right now with
actually.
KPL. Oh,
I
mate,
had
what are your views on Shreyas Iyer? I think he's the next big thing of Indian cricket. What a guy he is. Aura, calm, composed, brilliant leader, brilliant batter. I want to know your views on Shreyas Iyer.
good player. I wouldn't call him the next big thing. He's 30 already. It's not like
No, I'm
he's.
talking about no, I'm not talking about the eyeballs catcher. Bumrah is
Or
not
you're
the
just saying,
eyeballs catcher. Shubman Gill is not
yeah,
eyeballs catcher, but Shreyas Iyer is the new eyeball who will extract audience for Indian cricket.
yeah, yeah. He's all right. Um, he's he's no Kohli. He's no Rowett. I wouldn't even say he's as explosive as Rishabh Pant. Like IPL innings are one thing, but doing it for your country is another. I know he scored at. I know we were having a chat off stream, and
Top
he
run
scored
scorer
that
of
century in the
Champions Trophy
semi-final or
2025.
whatever. Yeah, but it's the Champions Trophy. I just, I don't know. He's a good player. Don't get me wrong. He's a good player, but I don't see why he really deserves too much hype. He averages 30 odd in Test cricket. Yeah, 40 odd in ODI cricket's good.
But he's
But it's
been
almost
doing very
30
well in the
T20
domestic cricket. He's been doing very well in the domestic cricket. He's been doing very well
Okay.
in the domestic.
Can he translate it to the test match arena though? Why wasn't he out here
Yeah,
in Australia?
yeah. Bro, my new favorite player from India is Shreyas Iyer. Man has the personality, man has that attitude, which
Ah,
Kohli had in
your favorite?
some time.
Honestly,
And in Australia, I have always liked the likes of Mitchell Johnson, who have feared
oh,
the opposition with fire to fire. In Pakistan, it was Shoaib Akhtar. Once a time, there was Wasim Akram Bakayunas. I didn't watch their cricket, but they were fabulous when they were on song. Uh, Ahmed Shahzad was not a good cricketer, neither he was a good batsman, but he had that flair in his eyes. Shadab Khan, when he came young, he had that. So these are the cricketers who comes aggressively, who watches you from the fire. I like those type of cricketers, those type of personality. Just like Sam
it
Constance. I love the guy.
has. Hold on.
He,
Has Shreyas Iyer even been picked for the England tests?
no, Shreyas Iyer is not picked, but he is in the plans of future ODI captaincy for India to
Oh,
replace
okay, so
Rohit Sharma.
he's ODI. Okay, yeah, ODI. Cool.
Yeah. So, mate, who will be
Um,
going to win the prestigious player of the match of this World Test Championship final?
who's going to win player of the match?
Quick guess.
I'm gonna say, I don't know. Let me go. I want to say Constance so bad. I'm gonna say Kawaja.
Usman
Who do you think?
Khwaja, are you serious?
Yes, I am.
You were saying me, be calm, be composed. Don't pick Josh English, but you have just spit. You are just spitted on the player of the match. Usman
Yeah,
Khwaja,
Uzi Kawaja.
who is averaging 20 against the Pacers in the recent times. His BGT
Have you
was awful.
have you seen the? Yeah, he got boomered. He got boomered. That was Boomer.
He got Bumrah.
That was
Yes,
Boomer.
he got Bumrah. But Kasivo Rabada is just two levels below from Bumrah.
Yeah, that's 2 levels below Boomer. He's not Boomer. I
It
think
will be
Uzi
interesting.
Kawaja. I think Uzi Kawaja will play his game. He'll see out the new ball. He'll play. He'll be a flat deck. See out the new ball. He'll score 100, flowing 100 in the first innings. Probably top score for the match, and just completely set the tone for Australia. That's what I think will happen.
Your BJT prediction also got right. When everyone was doubting you, you said Australia is going to win 3-1, and they won.
Yes, I did.
So let's
I
see.
did,
Let's see.
and
And
I said that the draw will be due to rain as well, which it was. So
yeah,
yeah, like I want to.
serious question
I,
from you. So finally, most
yeah,
runs
who's
in
going to
this
score the most
match.
runs? I think Kawaja will. I think Kawaja will, and he'll get man of the match because of it. If it's not Kawaja, I don't know. Let's throw a name out
Reasonable,
there, Steve Smith. Let's throw a reasonable
reasonable,
guess out there.
reasonable.
But I I do I do like Kawaja. Obviously, he's a Queenslander like I am. He's a good player. I like him. Down to earth. Goes to the same uni that I went to. So yeah, good player. Good guy. Who
Quick
do you think will
guess,
get
but it
man of the
will
match then?
be. Hmm, you'll laugh at me, but I think Corbin Bosch.
Oh, Corbin Bosch.
Yeah,
You know what?
both
I'll
with the
take that.
bat
That's a
and the ball.
good little guess, champion. Good guess. I like that.
Corbin Bosch is going to win the World Test Championship for South Africa. It's my guess.
Will he even play? Is he
He
going
is
to be in the
going to
11?
play, mate. He is going to be in the 11. He is going to be in the
Okay.
11 at
I
any
hope he
case.
is. I hope he is. Good. Looks like a good player, but I don't know.
Because the
South
last
Africa
match he
can.
played, he took 8 to 7 wickets in the match when he played against Pakistan.
Yeah, and then he got dropped for the match after, didn't he?
No, he didn't got dropped. South Africa hasn't played a test after Pakistan.
I thought I must have been another one that debuted really well and then got dropped straight after. There was one that did. Um, I'm pretty sure he played the first test against Pakistan and got dropped for the second. I swear he did.
Understandable, but Corbin Bosch was not picked due to a spin-friendly condition made by South Africans. But if we go with the five fast bowlers, Corbin Bosch will definitely going to feature tomorrow.
Yeah, see, I'd like to see him feature, but oh no, it was yeah. Bosch got dropped and then Patterson got dropped as well. He took like 5 or 6 on debut and got dropped afterwards for no reason because they were just trying stuff out. Um, it's good to see they're on the trip at least, but um, I don't know. I just don't see South Africa making a wise selection and picking Colin Buck. That's my opinion.
That
I
will be
could be wrong.
interesting. That will be very, very
Definitely could be wrong.
interesting. Okay, I think let's end of this. We have a test match tomorrow as well. We have to prepare for that as well. It will be interesting. Australia versus South Africa World Test Championship final at Lords. Most likely, Australia is going to lift that trophy. But the trophy draw this year, 2025, new teams are winning. And I think, and my heart also says, South Africa is going to upset Australia. It will be an upset. South
If you
Africa
had to
is
put
going to
money on it,
upset
who would you put
Australia.
money on? If you had to put money on it, who would you put
I'll
money on?
I'll I'll put I'll put money on Australia, but I
There
want
we are.
South Africa
Good
to
man.
win.
Good man. Good man. Good man.
Yeah, if I
Good
have
vote.
to put money, I will Australia. Australia are everything, every fact, every odd is just too little against Australia. Australia is going to come out with another beast mentality, and they will come. Let's see who eventually comes up with the greater game, and I hope it comes to day five, third session, last ball of the day. I want this type of a test match, but probably it won't. But I want a cracker of a test match. After so long a test match, I'll be watching. The last test match I watched was the Sydney test. I didn't watch any test after that. The last test match was the Sydney. We watched, I
I
think it was the
watched. I
PGT,
well,
the start.
well, I was there, so I definitely watched that one because I was there. I watched the Australia in Sri Lanka. I watched England versus Zimbabwe. That was a fun little one to watch.
Yeah,
Um,
that was a fun little one. Sikandar Raza flew to Lahore then. It was a fun as well.
what one? What
Sikandar
one was
Raza
it?
came to Lahore after playing that test match. You know the PSL final, Sikandar Raza just come up with for 72 hours of non-sleep.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't
I,
know
I,
about the
I don't think.
PSL final.
No, didn't watch it.
Okay, cool. Okay, mate, we'll catch up when this ends, when this comes to an end in the post-match. And you're putting your money on Australia. I'm putting my money on Australia. But my heart
Oh,
says it's
great.
gonna be South Africa. Love you.
Incredible.
Have a
Yusuf,
great
thanks,
day.
champ.
Have
Thanks
a
for
great day.
entertaining me tonight as well.
Yeah, Yusuf is just an entertainer. He should be a comedian
Ah,
or an entertainer or be in a circus show. He will laugh people a lot. Uh,
funny
okay,
lads.
mate.
All right.
Have a great
Cheers, mate.
life. Have a great day. South
Bye.
Africa winning.
No,